we are into week 4 of Superhero Month. So when I originally decided to do Superhero Month, all I had in mind was that I wanted to do an Avengers review. That was sort of one of the big reasons for doing it in May. And I completely blanked that there was another highly anticipated superhero movie coming out this month, which I got to see this weekend. And that, of course, was Deadpool! So I really enjoyed the first Deadpool when I first saw it. I had no idea about the character. I only ever knew him as that guy people cosplay a lot at conventions. I never read any of his comics, didn't know anything. I had no idea that they ruined him in X-Men Wolverine Origins, X-Men Origins Wolverine. So that didn't bother me at the time. But now I can look back and see, yes, I totally see why people get angry about that. But anyway, I really enjoyed the first Deadpool film. So much. I saw it twice at the cinema. But the second one, I want to make it clear, I really enjoyed it, okay? I did genuinely enjoy it. It has some really fun scenes, some good comedy, some good action. There is a lot I like about it. But I did prefer the first one, overall. I mean, when I sort of think back to the experience of watching the first film and how much I enjoyed watching it, the second one didn't replicate that as much. Even though it did improve in certain ways, although weirdly enough, it does feel like a very smaller story in some way. Although the first one felt like you didn't really know, it was a revenge story, so you didn't really know what Francis was up to, or at least his sort of big thing that he was doing didn't really get a lot of detail. We didn't really care. All we knew is that Deadpool wanted revenge on this guy, and that's all we needed to know. In this one, there's a bit more plot to it, a bit more drama to it. But again, there's not really a big saving the world element. There kind of is, because they're trying to save this kid from going nuts and causing bad things in the future, which is why Cable comes back in time. Cable, by the way, is really cool. Josh Brolin, this really is Josh Brolin's year for playing, well, anyone really, because of course he plays Thanos, which they do reference. They reference everything. If they can reference it, they will in Deadpool, and of course that's half the fun. Okay, so what did I like about Deadpool? There's a few scenes specifically I can say I love. The whole parachuting bit, you've seen it in the trailer, there where they're parachuting out of the plane. What happens with that whole action sequence is absolutely amazing, and that for me was one of my favourite whole sequences in the whole thing. That is, a lot of people have said that, but that is definitely one of the high points. You do not really, what happens with that, you don't really see coming, and it's funny. It's very funny and very, very action packed. Also, Domino is probably one of my favourite characters in this. I love her superpower. It's just luck. She's just extraordinarily lucky, and the ways that they can stretch that definition, and just the things, and the way they manage to visualise that is just really good. And she's got also kick-ass as well, so, you know. So that's really cool. I liked her. I love the end credit sequence. It's not right at the end. If you wait, I will say this, if you wait round to the very end of the credits, you won't find anything. But during the credits, they have something that can be, it's hilarious. It is one of the best end credit sequences. Just for what it does. And whether what happens in that is going to remain canon, I don't know. But yeah, they have some fun with it. What else did I like? I mean, obviously I like Deadpool. Ryan Reynolds he's perfect. He is Deadpool. He is perfect to play this little guy. He is great in it. And he's funny. As I said, Cable I also thought was good, the way his character was handled. I don't really know anything about him from comics. I cannot judge these films based on the comics at all, because I know nothing. But overall, I enjoyed his part in it. I thought he was good. Things I didn't like so much, I don't know, I think it was certain sequences just didn't grab me. There's this whole bit at the end that drags on way longer than it should. I get the joke that they're going for with it, or the way they're going with it, but for me it just felt, I really kind of got squirmy going, really? How long does this have to drag on? I sort of had a hard time knowing what the hell was going on some of the time, like where it was kind of leading to and where it was going. But it was still, Yeah, it still went along. I mean, it stuck to its plot, and everything. It, oh yeah, it did have one really good visual gag in the X-Men mansion, which I won't spoil. Which when it happens, it's you're sort of there going, oh god, that's so funny. That's good. That was good. Really don't know what else to say about it, really. Like I said, I hope there will be more Deadpool films. There's very much, there very, very easily could be. I very much doubt they're going, with such a popular character, and the fact that this film has done so well, I very much doubt that they're going to, they're not going to stick with Deadpool after 2 films. There will be. In fact, I looked up IMDb, and yes, there is even an X-Force film, which will be coming out sometime soon. So that'll be interesting to see. So I don't really know what else to talk about, since that's pretty much all my thoughts on Deadpool 2. I suppose as far as other superhero films coming out this year, because there are quite a few. I mean, I loved Infinity War. That was my favourite. Black Panther was surprisingly good. I only say surprisingly because I knew nothing about the character, and I wasn't. He was all right in Civil War, but I wasn't sure about the film. But I really enjoyed the film, and I am looking forward to getting that on DVD. We've also got Ant-Man and Wasp, which will be coming out in a few months. That I'm looking forward to, because I really liked the first Ant-Man film. I didn't love it as much as I know other people did, but it was definitely, I thought Paul Rudd as Ant-Man was really good, and it was disappointing to not see him in the Avengers film. But it's great that he has his own film coming out this year with Wasp, so that'd be really good. And apparently there's also an Aquaman movie either coming out this year or early next year on the DC side, which, to be honest, after Justice League, I did kind of wonder what they were going to do with the whole DCU. And if I'm honest, weirdly, I really liked Wonder Woman film a lot more than I thought I would, seeing as how I'm not the biggest fan of this new DCU universe. But I really enjoyed it. That was, and a lot of other people say it's probably one of the better films of that franchise. And to be honest, an Aquaman film, even though I haven't seen Justice League, so I haven't seen him in it, I would actually be kind of curious to watch that. To see, because I kind of want to see, when it comes to DC, I'm fed up of Batman. They've reinvented Batman so many times. Trying to see other DC characters done. I'm not against the idea of checking out, because like I said, I liked Wonder Woman. I wouldn't be against them doing, like I said, a Flash solo movie, I guess. Again, I don't watch the TV series, so I'm not sure how much I would, but I don't know. What I'm saying is, I actually wouldn't mind seeing the Aquaman film. I mean, he's played by Jason Momoa, who I know is a good actor, and certainly looks like he looks like he should be living in the sea, in a good way. So I would probably even watch that just to see, just out of curiosity. There are other DC films that I've kind of been put off giving a go, because I know the Green Lantern film wasn't that good. I'm not that fussed on seeing Man of Steel, because I've seen enough and heard enough about it to know I don't think I would really enjoy it that much, which is a shame. And at some point, despite not wanting to see Man of Steel, I would kind of want to try watching, like, Batman versus Superman, just to see, because I feel like I'm a little bit harsh on DC when I probably shouldn't be, since I haven't actually seen a lot of their more current films, and I hear too many mixed opinions about them, and a lot of people not really liking them, and I wasn't a fan of Suicide Squad, but then I did like Wonder Woman, so I feel like maybe I should give Batman v Superman a try, even if I'm not that fussed on seeing Man of Steel. Do I need to? I already know what happens in it, so you know. Anyway, that's my thoughts on Deadpool and upcoming superhero films. Next week, there is a 5th week, but I'm going to a convention this weekend, only for a day, but I'm going to London MCM. I usually go for a weekend, but it's starting to get rather expensive to go twice a year, as well as the Birmingham ones and all these other conventions. So I figured I'm just going for the day. But there are a lot of things going on there. So next week's one will probably more about a report on, I'll try to link superheroes to it, because they have just announced I can't remember her name, the sister from Black Panther is going to be there, so I'm hoping she'll do a panel. So I'll talk about, I'll do a con report next week. week more than, but I'll try and link it to superheroes as much as I can, but we'll see. So yeah, see you then.